All right, welcome back, world, to another episode of the Hollywood Kippax podcast. Today, we thought that we'd be live streaming from the Club Dub. We'd be streaming from there, but instead, we're coming to you live from the Losers Lounge, unfortunately. And join with me faithfully, as always, is Will Lopez. Will, how is this Champions League loss going down with you right now?
Man, we had him against the ropes. We had him against the ropes, and as they said on the commentating, we scored two, and we went back to sleep. Oh man, it was bad. So here we are. I'm under the weather right now, but here we are, man. It's just gonna get worse.
Yeah. There was debate in the chat whether or not us not going live last night was
Yeah,
the cause of this loss. And we dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta take accountability for where accountability needs to be placed. And we all know that the team does watch this podcast, Pep specifically. And so we weren't able to give them the tactical ideas in order to succeed. So we gotta acknowledge it. We're sorry that we didn't go live last night, and give the boys what they need. But
yeah. Their
but
daily dose of Hollywood Kid
their
Packs.
their daily dose, you know what
Weekly
I mean?
dose.
Weekly dose,
Yeah,
sometimes weekly dose at this point. But we're
yeah.
getting
There we
back.
go.
We're getting back
Yes,
into this, right? But
yes.
I mean, it certainly has been the theme of the season, right? We get a 2-0 lead, and then we concede shortly thereafter, draw, or sometimes lose, like we saw against United, right? Like, we
Yeah,
scored a goal, and then they were able to call back, and then PSG in this game was able to claw back and get a decent 4-2 victory. You know what I mean? I was just digesting a lot of City podcasts. Um, in the last like 2 days of following the Ipswich win. You know what I mean? Like, we shellacked Ipswich 6-0, right? And dare I say it, there were some City podcasters that were already on the City are back, baby. Hell yeah, 6-0. And I'm like, guys, this was Ipswich. Hey,
exactly.
this was Ipswich. They're in relegation spots. City should slack Ipswich 6-0. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like, that
yes.
that was par for the course with City. But like, some people are already willing to declare that City are back after what, like, 3 consecutive victories, was it now?
Yeah,
And then uh didn't happen. You know what I mean? And people are already saying, "Oh yeah, this is the perfect time for City to go on a Champions League run." We're nearly
uh
almost almost eliminated. Next
we're
week
on the grounds.
we gotta beat Club Bruges to win, or to carry on. You know what I mean? We're at
Yes,
the spot.
yes.
It's a must win game against Club Brugge next week, and here we are. You know what I mean? And once again, the theme of the season, we get 2 goals. We got 2 goals in 3 minutes, and then concede 2 goals within like 9 minutes, or 6 to 9 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, this has been City this season, right? Like, this just has been the theme of this season, right?
Mhm.
And we can just get right into it. I know most of us probably were watching this game. I was in and out because I was at work, and I had to go behind my desk. And then today was a particularly shitty day at work. But and then good to see that we get. It was a 0-0 first half. You know what I mean? Very
Yeah.
quiet first half, but they nearly scored going into the half until it was call offsides. A knee. It was a
By a
knee.
knee,
I
just
didn't.
just a little knee like this right here. I
Yeah.
was like, as soon as they scored, I was like, "Fuck!" Just what we needed. A fucking goal conceded right before the goddamn half. You
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
as soon as even I saw a little off the side, and I was like, "That's got to be offside. That's not offside. That's bullshit." You know what I mean? And VAR came through for once. It
Yeah.
comes through, and it gave us a little chance for the second half. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out. We have two of the homies in the chat. We have George and Joe Chill from the Snobby Bob podcast.
Oh,
Joe, good to see you.
yes,
Uh,
Joe. Yes, Joe.
shout out the Commanders, the Washington Commanders right now. I think they're my team now, who I'm rooting for in the NFL playoffs.
Oh wow.
But yeah. Anyhow, uh,
Yes.
but we so, the goal is offsides, we go into the half 0-0, and then we come out, and then Grealish gets subbed on and then gets a much needed goal, you know what I mean? And if we had come out of this game with a victory, um it would have been a different storyline, right? I mean, if we had won that game, Jack Grealish, who hasn't really been able to get a look in this squad, right? Hasn't been able to find a spot or get that much playing time, would have definitely made his case. He does sub on, gets a goal, and then he later takes a shot, deflects, and then Haaland scores it. It's a 2-0, and then City have a 2-0 victory. But we all know 2-0 victories are the most dangerous leads to have, right? And then uh 2 goals within 3 minutes, and then we concede 2 goals within like 9 minutes. You know what I mean? So we're already like just bleeding goals at this point. And then and and then they just find two. They find another one, they go ahead, and then towards the end they find another late goal and the game ends 4-2.
Yeah.
So, Will, what did you observe in this match?
First three goals were all well, let's just say the first two goals, it was yeah, good for Jack Grealish, good for Haaland, but we caught them slipping. We caught them slipping in those first two goals. It wasn't something that we did skillfully or anything. You know what I mean? Bernardo Silva. I don't know if it was Bernardo for the first one. Somebody shot, and it just so happened to land right on Grealish on the rebound, and Grealish took care of that shit. Beautiful, right? We caught them slipping on that one. Second goal, Bernardo Silva does shoot the ball, somehow opens up towards. Oh no! Somebody, a defender hit it and did like a little through pass to Haaland,
Yeah,
and we caught them slipping 2-0. You know, it was beautiful. But since the first half, Barcola wanted blood, bro. He was, how do we say it, goal horny for us. He wanted to score on us so bad, dude. And the thing is that what surprised me is they didn't start Osman Dembele. I
yeah.
was like, damn. Okay, thank God, or else we would have got slaughtered. Because if there's one guy that likes to score on us, it's Dembele. You know what I mean? And once they subbed him in, oh, it was bad, dude. We had Barcola and fucking Dembele fucking striking like a motherfucker. Shots on goal, shots all over the place, dude.
Shots off the crossbar.
The crossbar, yeah, the one
Is
that rebounded back,
yeah,
and these guys froze. Rico Lewis froze.
yeah,
Everybody froze, and it just sucks that Ederson was on the ground and couldn't reach it. We gave them life with that goal. That goal is what gave them life, and they exploded, and that's when the scoring frenzy began. You know what I mean? Because like
yeah,
I'm telling you, Dembele had some shots that hit another one that hit the crossbar, which was fucking
yeah,
ridiculous.
that power shot that hit across goal and just went the other way, yeah.
And the one that Jao Neves, where they did it on a set piece, just whips it and he's right by himself. That
Yeah,
in this game, dude, I was like, man, I miss Kyle Walker because that whole left corner was by itself the whole damn time. You know what I mean? And some guys were making some weird ass decisions. If you go and watch the game, Bernardo Silva was doing some like weird ass decisions where he could have whipped the ball to the front for some nice through passes. But we were doing this thing where you would see like maybe they don't see it on the field, but we see it on the TV, and you're like, "Ooh, look at that! Oh, he's right there. Let's go, whip it in." And he just like decides to hold on and then moves to the left or the right or opens it back. I was like, why are we holding back? It felt like uh like being a marksman. You see the target and you're like, I don't want to. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Where's the city? Where's the cityness? Where's the cityness? You know what I mean? The rain could have been a factor. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It
it
was
was very
fucking
rainy.
raining, dude.
Yeah,
It was falling, and I was just amazed of all the goals. The first half I watched it, just the first half, and then on the second half I put it on the Golazo show on Paramount Plus
yeah,
that shows you like all the games, and every time something important happens, it'll switch to that game.
yeah,
Every time it kept switching back to our game, to the Man City game and PSG, it was always PSG having the ball. And then it was switched to another game, and then it was switched back to us. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe we did something. Back to PSG. Switched to another game, switched back to us, and I was like, okay, we definitely did something. Every time it switched back, PSG was doing something. And after the they scored the second goal, I was deflated, brother. My son was right next to me, and he just looked at me like every time they scored us, he would look at me like, "Oh shit, dad, you're not mad, right?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad." While I'm clutching my fucking beer, like
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm totally chill.
I'm fine. You know what I mean? And then the third goal comes, and that's that header from John Neves, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I got deflated. And then the fourth goal, I saw the play happening. I was like, "Look, they're gonna score on us again. Just do it. Fucking do it." Scored on us the fourth goal. I was like, "What did I tell you?" I saw it. I was like, he's like, "Oh what?" Oh my god! I made him laugh so hard. I was like, "It's that fucking PP stain uniform. I fucking hate that PP stain
Oh yeah,
uniform.
the PP stain uniform, the PP
Oh my
pillow,
god, dude!
the PP pillow uniform.
Guys, citizens, Man City fans, supporters. If you love that fucking uniform, good for you. But every year we have a uniform that I fucking hate, and it's that one this season, dude. It's just we should have rocked something better than that. We should have won the burgundy one. Oh no, they had the dark blue. We should have won the home one. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But as soon as we had that uniform on, I was like, this is bad. This is fucking bad. But PSG, bro, they just beat RC Lons fucking last week. You know?
Yeah. So, I think a lot of City fans were underestimating PSG at this point. Um, because like we're so fixated on the Premier League that we really don't understand a team's form going into the Champions League. Maybe like Real Madrid, you know what I mean? Like we know what they're doing in La Liga, like
Ooh,
in passing. But this PSG side is 18 games undefeated. So
ooh,
with
shit.
only like 4 draws. So like they're on a they've been a fortress at home this season in Ligue 1.
Wow.
So this team has been a pretty solid PSG side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going into this match, and we're thinking like, oh yeah, we can pump them full of goals, and like, you know what I mean? Like this is easy pickings, and like we'll move on, we'll move past them, and we'll be in the we'll move on to the in the Champions League. But
Yeah.
like, I made all those same observations too. Like PSG in that second half, they smelled blood and they were going for goal,
Yeah.
and like things getting like goals getting called offside, hitting the crossbar. You know what I mean? Like there a lot of just the momentum shifted for sure in the second half. And there I know that they're like these graphics now that you can look at where the momentum shifts in
Yeah.
any part of the game, and that whole second half after like the second goal was conceded, like that momentum shift went fully back to PSG. And I mean, like, as you've already broken it down, but like the first goal, that's been a typical way City concedes on a counterattack, right? Like they
Yeah.
got us on the counterattack, they put it in the box, square it in, right? The second goal, yeah, I think you mentioned the Ederson one when he was on his ass. That was just embarrassing. You know what I mean? Just hits the crossbar. Ederson's on his ass. He can't reach it. So second goal goes in. But like all these like defensive mistakes, like the back line freezes as the ball like goes right over their heads. You know what I mean? They just look at the ball go over his head, hits the crossbar, boom, it's in, and just pass it right back in. You know what I mean? And then like you mentioned Bernardo Silva. Did you see that Silva get megged by the defender?
Oh my God, No, it was Dembele that
Yeah,
made them and went for that shot and it hits the crossbar. It's like we made some funny ass substitutes today, dude. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I guess Kevin gassed out. And we
yeah.
threw in James McAtee, which I
Stones.
don't think John Stones. It was that bad, dude. I
Yeah,
We love John Stones, bro, but it was that bad that we threw in fucking John Stones. McAtee was not ready for this game, brother. He was nowhere to be seen, bro. You know what I mean? But like I said, it was a team. It was the rain. Everybody was deflated uh, in the second half, the way they were passing the ball was so fucking lazy, bro. Either no confidence, no nothing, dude. They just stepped all over us, bro, and it was like, what am I watching? You know what I mean? And like you said, yeah, we had the hype from the Ipswich Town game, 6-0. But again, like you said, it's Ipswich Town. Dude, we're not up here, guys. We're just we're on the way up there.
Yeah.
But this was a test to tell us that if we were in the Champions League winning ways back again. But from today's fucking result, I don't fucking think so, bro. We are fighting against Club Brugge next weekend, and it's I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think.
I mean, honestly, but even before going to this match, like there was people saying that this could be City's year to win the Champions League, even though
I thought so.
to be honest, I had my skepticism. Still, I'm like, I don't think. And looking at this team, I just don't think this team is ready to win it. I just don't think this team is there, and I just think this the way that this Champions League competition is shaping up this year. Like, I don't know, the vibes are all off in this Champions League run. I mean, this is obviously a first year of the new format of the Champions League.
Yeah.
I still like hardly understand it. And I'm like trying to like keep tabs on it. I'm like, okay, so we need to win this match or we're out of the, like in order to like move ahead. But now it's like we must win against Club Brugge next week. And then like you see that the teams that have been traditionally who do really well in the Champions League, like Bayern lost, I think, this today. And then Barcelona is like, despite all their fucking chaos, like is finding like form. You know what I mean? They just registered Danny Almo, even though he's injured, but
Yeah.
like they have like their problems, but somehow managing to keep punting that can along and still have some life in this competition. Real Madrid, PSG. I mean, this is a big win for them to bolster their campaign, right? Because they're on the same position as us. Like they were 1 point behind us, so they beat City, and then they could use that to galvanize the rest of their run. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And like, I don't know. I'm just not convinced by the City team right now to win the Champions League at this point. And like, I think what a lot of most level-headed City fans are hoping right now is that we remain top four and maybe we win the FA Cup. But I honestly, I don't see us winning the Premier League, and I don't see us winning the Champions League. So, yeah, and we're in a weird state right now. Um, but just to give you a rundown of, before we move on to some City news, but in the Premier League, this is who we face between now and March 3rd. So this weekend we face Chelsea at home,
Mhm.
and then we face Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Nottingham Forest.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. I'm choking. I'm choking.
Nearly kills you with that.
Oh my god, dude. And I mean, talk about a fucking test today. Now you have like four more.
We have,
You
I mean,
know?
like all those teams can give us a run for their money. I mean,
Oh,
Chelsea.
definitely.
Chelsea is, finding a new life now. You know what I mean? They're no one. They're not someone to write off. Arsenal obviously is second place. Newcastle can get one from us. Liverpool obviously almost nearly running away with the Premier League at this point. Tottenham, but they always give us a run for our money. So
Yeah.
on any given day, Tottenham's a hard team for us. And then we have Nottingham Forest, who are in third place right now. But I mean, the silver linings, right? With that Ipswich win on Sunday, we're back in fourth place, I believe now. So we are that it's not looking as bad.
Yeah.
We're in fifth place now. We are 2 points behind Chelsea, who are in fourth place.
But we
So
are we are showing weaknesses right now. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, we've been showing weaknesses, but the fact that we get a goal, like a goal or two goals, and then we concede, that's just been the theme, and it just really goes to show that our defense is, we're just sieving goals at this point, which gives us more into our City news. Because also on a lighter note, that all three targets for Manchester City have been signed. Two
Beautiful.
confirmed, one pending. So
Yeah.
Kusanov has been confirmed. Social media post has been signed. Vitor Reich has been confirmed. post made by City, and then we're just waiting any day now on Marmoush to be confirmed. So, Will, how are we feeling about these signings, and how can they make a change at this point in the season?
Something that pissed me off yesterday was on YouTube in the press conference. They were asking Pep, "Hey man, it's Ollie, man. He's behaving bad right now. Ollie, get down now." All right. He breaks the blinds, dude. He goes through the blinds like, and
Oh
all the
yeah,
blinds are like broken, and oh my god. Anyways, so something that Pep said yesterday was, yeah, they're signed and they're ready to play. So everybody took it as, oh shit, they're gonna play tomorrow against PSG. And in my head, I was like, oh, let's see this guy's in action. This is perfect. We're there, uh, what's his name? Abdukor, Abdukor Kusanov
yeah.
just lost to these
Midfield.
guys last week. You know what I mean? And for him to show
He
up,
knows a thing or two.
yeah, and maybe he could show up and get his revenge back with the new team. And we didn't see these guys for anything. We saw Rodri, we saw John Stones, but none of these guys. And I don't expect for them to hit the pitch, but it's just headlines like that that piss me off. That it's like, oh yeah, 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 and everybody's like, oh yeah, they're gonna play tomorrow. They're gonna start off Kusanov. They're gonna start Vito Reich. They're gonna start uh, 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 Akanji. Oh, Akanji's performance today was fucking great, bro. What a performance by Akanji, dude.
I
But
mean,
just
I was like going between like my desk and work and trying to watch this game, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But then when I saw them make the substitutions for Stones, right? Like
hmm
Stones came on. I'm not aware of what the situation is, why, who took off what, who, but you know what I mean? But like obviously the rip in the space-time continuum happened when Stones got on, you know what I mean?
for real, dude.
Like I mean like that right there is just like, and like and I was kind of thinking about this the other night without these signings. Like, we're all stoked as City fans to see these new signings. That these are three great 20-year-old, 20 something signings, or like 20-year
Yeah,
old signings. You
young
know what I mean?
guns.
Like hell yeah. But like then before the game too. I was thinking about this too. I was like, we just signed two center defenders. Like we actually need more midfielders and we need
Yeah,
forward players. Like two defenders. Like okay, but if you think about it though too, like I mean, obviously I think Stone's on the way out. And then also Ake, we don't know if he's going to continue on. He could be leaving in the summertime. So obviously signing those two, Kusanov and Reich, as like things will be replacements for those two players if they decide to go. So like in the future, like those signings will pan out. And I mean, but like it also begs this question too. It's like, I mean, they're going to be playing in the Premier League now, and like, how many seasons will it take for them to find their footing in the Premier League? Like, I mean, for defenders, Premier League defenders, at least 3 seasons, maybe.
yeah,
Hopefully, like they're going to have to learn how to play the first season. There's going to be a learning curve, and then they won't be hitting their stride until maybe 2 or 3 seasons in when Pep is gone. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So but I do think these are good signings. There might be just like, defenders. We need more midfielders. Marmoush obviously is a definitely positive, very positive step in the right direction.
yeah.
Um, but like we need midfielders. You know what I mean? We need that KDB replacement, whoever that person is going to be sooner than later. You know what I mean? So
That was a
like
that was a
it would be
headline
Foden.
today.
I
That
mean,
was a
yeah,
headline today.
yeah, it would be Foden. I mean, we all know Foden plays better when he's in the center of the park. And I mean, Pat just needs to finally give him the keys. Like give Foden the keys, give him the chance to play center. But also we need to find another midfield replacement. We need to find just another midfielder to help play with that and moving forward because but like because the signings that right now it's like what we really need if we really want impact signings now we need a midfielder or in a forward.
And we need a name. If
Yeah,
we're gonna get a midfielder, we need a fucking name, bro. You know what I mean? And by
yeah,
that I mean like a star. We
yeah.
need to fucking get a star.
Someone with name pull with name recognition for sure.
And I hope it's by the name of Jamal Musiala. You know what I mean? I
Or
would love
Kimmich.
that. you
But
know?
I don't think those are January windows things. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
I
that's
think that
true.
I think
That's
that's
for
some
later.
that's summer window stuff because they're in the middle of a campaign with Bayern and, like, even though Bayern lost today, they are doing pretty well in the Bundesliga or they're you know what I mean? Like, so they're in a pretty promising campaign right now. Vincent Company, sorry, what the fuck?
Whoa.
Shame
Oh,
on
that's
me.
his cousin, Victor Company,
Victor
okay.
Co shame on me for getting that name wrong, but Vincent Company is having a good campaign with these guys this year,
Yeah.
so and he's also earning a lot of trust with Bayern fans, so, um, yeah, I mean, I think those names won't come until the summer maybe, if anything, but then, but we're looking at these signings, and it's like, maybe if we can get Kuznetsov and Heisch into the mix, like, sooner than later, and then when Marmoush comes, you know what I mean, see how these pans out because right now, like, I mean, Stones is on the way out, and then we gotta see what the summer will look like for sure. But another good thing though is that Holland has signed to a 9.5-year contract till 2034. So
I called it. I called it, remember? I said, "Why would you leave Manchester City when you can stay and be the king of Manchester?" And bam, signed 8 to 8.5 years, huh?
9.5 years.
Oh my God, 9.5 years. It was crazy what they asked him. They were like, "Dude, a lot of young football players, they strive for a peak in their careers so they can play for Barcelona and Real Madrid. And for you to sign this 9.5 year contract, that's kind of out of the question now." He goes, "Yeah, I know. I'm happy here. I fucking love it here." And I signed. So, yes, that is out of the question now. And I love you, Halan. That was beautiful. Well said. He's like, "I don't give a fuck about no Barca, no Real Madrid. I'm staying here. This is my house now." You know what I mean? So, like I said, why the hell would you leave, bro? You're the man. You're the man. You're the man in Manchester. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The heartbreak now would be for Phil Foden to leave. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's the one that'll hurt now because we confirmed Haaland's not going anywhere. But I don't know. Haaland. I guess Phil Foden is still up in the air. You never know.
So we still have time though with Phil Foden. We have like I believe we have 2 seasons to sort out his contract deal, but I definitely think he's eventually going to be rewarded a similar contract.
I hope so.
If City know how important Phil Foden is to the squad,
Yeah.
they will sign him to a similar contract, 9.5 years. Keep in American sports, it's called the franchise tag, right? They're having him the franchise tag, right? But I think there's some situations that need to be sorted out before we can give Foden that contract. The primary thing is what will Rodri look like when he comes back, because Rodri's due back probably sometime late spring, maybe April, May, if he is back in that time span. And he did travel with the City squad. I mean, obviously as a fan, like he wasn't like in the squad, but he did travel with City to Paris, right?
Yes.
But we got to sort out Rodri's recovery and then what he looks like when he comes back. Because if you think about it, Rodri's position is one of the most mobile positions in the park, right? So because he's going between defense and the front line and passing the ball around. So I mean, obviously that's a lot of running around, legs being used, right? And sometimes players like this in an injury at that part in the career, don't come back the same player, right? You know what I mean? Hopefully that's not the case with Rodri, that he comes back and he's still the Rodri that he's coming to, you know what I mean? Because if we remember like 3 seasons ago, he was Plodry, right? He was just kind of not he was kind of like under the wing of Fernandinho, you know what I mean? Kind of like, okay, Rodri's there, but like, but we didn't, he's not the Ballon d'Or Rodri that we all know and love him by now.
Yeah.
But we have to see how his recovery pans out and then what kind of contract we give Rodri, right?
Yeah.
And what Rodri wants to do at that point. But once we sort out the Rodri situation, then I think we'll definitely be in a better position to give Foden that contract that was similar to Haaland. But if you like really look at the I don't know, if you look at it like politics, like Haaland going to Spain, is that realistic? You know what I mean? Like, he can't go to Barcelona. Look, Barcelona is a fucking shambles. You know what I mean? Like, they just signed Danny Almo. They registered Danny Almo. Like, their team is in crisis every 6 months, right? Like, they're in a bunch of legal problems with their finances, being able to register players. You know what I mean? They're just like every 6 months, they're just like kicking the can down the line just to kind of keep this team going. You know what I mean? And they've
Yeah,
made some like real deal to the devil. Like, they've like signed away their television rights just to keep that's an imploding situation over there. And even though they are kind of still are competitive, they're still remaining competitive on the pitch. That's like a just like a just a chaotic situation. I wouldn't want to go there as a player looking at that situation. Am I even going to be able to be registered or not? You know what I
yeah,
mean? And then look at Real Madrid, and that's the Mbappe show now. You know what I mean? Like, Mbappe is supposed to be that key player. Although I think that situation is interesting too, because I mean, I don't think Mbappe has had the burst of like form and that that like has endeared, because like Real Madrid fans are not really sold on him. From what it looks like, you know what I mean. Like, he hasn't really had that breakout season. Like, he hasn't had that instant effect, Mbappe effect in the Real Madrid squad, and they're still kind of waiting on him to show what he's made of. But like, Haaland wouldn't want to go over there because I mean, like, if you look at it too, like Messi versus Ronaldo, it's the next years it's going to be Haaland versus Mbappe, and why how that really takes away that narrative if you have them both on the same team, right? So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
so City is obviously the team of the future, right? That they're the team on the come up. They're establishing themselves as a global brand, and Haaland is the face of it. You know what I mean? So, looking at it just from a strictly business perspective, Haaland stands to make a shitload of money from the contract, endorsements, etc. You know, and I'm looking forward to what he accomplishes in the next 10 years. You know what I mean? The titles, Champions League, um, Ballon d'Ors. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like, you know, because he's not in his prime. He's just 24. Same thing with Foden. They're both the same age player. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen prime Haaland yet. We haven't seen prime um, Foden yet. Like, those years are coming up, like in the next 3 to 5 years, right?
yeah,
So yeah, I'm excited, you know what I mean, for this contract for Haaland, and I think it makes sense, and I'm glad he made the right decision and not decide to just go to like these traditionally powerhouse teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, wherever. But
yeah,
I think he made the right decision to stay.
yeah. Of course, I called it, bro. I'm glad that it's finally is signed and we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I think you made a joke about Kyle Walker in your in the PSG rundown about wishing that Kyle Walker was there, but it is confirmed that Kyle Walker is on AC Milan now. And any other additional thoughts about that, Will?
Perfect fit. Perfect fit. If there's anything about Serie A, all the defenders are OGs and they're fucking aggressive as hell. So perfect fit for him. And AC Milan is, I mean, they look good. So good for Kyle Walker. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
There's
Uh,
plenty of Italian women for him out there.
well, yeah, and I was actually talking to a City fan that who lives in Cumbria, which is northwest England, up by the Scottish border, and and she was like, "Thank God, uh, Kyle needs to lead the squad, with his 18 women that he has and whatever." And I thought that was funny, but then
Oh,
also,
they're gonna love him in Italy.
oh yeah, and then but also like you made the joke about like, oh, I wish I had Kyle Walker here, and I'm like, I was gonna make this joke like Kyle Walker's on the pitch, like Kyle Walker's there, but he's not really there. It's not him anymore. Just gotta put him out of his misery, man. Just but but
Oh, what I read was it was a loan deal
I haven't seen any of the specifics. I haven't done that research, but
with the buyback clause too.
that's the question that George is asking in the chat, was what the Walker deal buy option. I don't have I don't have
Yeah.
that much research. Um, but so along with the buyback option is what people are saying in this. And you know what? Well, we'll see how it goes, but I think definitely it was a time for a change of scenery, and Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but in other news, it also interesting to note that the city community has lost two of its legends. Within a span of a week, so in a span of 2 days, I believe.
That's crazy,
So
huh?
we had Tony Book, who was the Man City captain from 1966 to 1973, which was the first period of, well, I wouldn't say first period, but one of the the first prolific period of City success when they won the Premier League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, and their first European title with the Cup Winners' Cup. In that time period under Joe Mercer and Chairman Malcolm Allison, he was a center defender, and he passed away at 85. And then also Dennis Law. So Dennis Law he had two separate stints with City. They were both year long. So the first stint that he had with City was in 1960 to 61. And then he was mostly known for his career at Man United. So he was mostly known as a Man United player. That's where his exploits were. And then he came back for the 73-74 season. But in total, he scored 30 goals for Manchester City in 2 seasons, two separate stints at City. But a Scottish football legend. He was a Scottish player, and yeah, so two legends gone within the span of a week. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that um, they pass away, and we're just remembering them, sending out thoughts to their families and the City community, and and then also I believe it was the death anniversary of Colin Bell
Oh, wow.
yesterday, I believe, for Colin Bell, the City legend. Um, who's a stand has named after him at the stadium. And yeah, so our thoughts go out to them and their families, and we remember their contributions to Manchester City.
Yes, sir.
In other news, looks like we have a Chinese fan jumping on.
And
So
I think I know who that is, and that's my friend from Red Note. Shout out to Jogtown. I'm pretty sure that's you, my boy. So hello, Jogtown. How we doing? And I need to get my Chinese up so we can talk to these guys. So
Zhangzhou,
hey, ni
and
hao. I'm not sure if that's one,
Ni
but
hao's
yeah.
hi. Ni hao's hi in Chinese. But
Yes,
yeah, so you're wondering why we are doing so we recently jumped on Redno, Zhangzhou which is the pidgin in English, and it's a Chinese social media app that everyone was jumping on.
it is
Um
Jogtown. Okay, cool.
Jogtown, what's going on?
Yes,
And
sir.
so I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone was going on an emotional roller coaster this last weekend when TikTok was banned and
Oh,
unbanned.
that's right.
And TikTok was banned, and then we everyone got notifications that TikTok was banned, and then also CapCut was banned, where we had a lot of
Our edits.
our edits and stuff. And so I was like, fuck. But then uh because of President Trump, yeah,
Hmm.
they came back on Sunday and everyone's back on TikTok. But we jumped on Red Note before the hashtag TikTok refugee trend happened, and we've already started to cultivate a pretty sizable following on Red Note. And Will is popular. Will's big in China right now. Um, and you know, and um, you know what? Like, just by being on that app, one thing I noticed, the Chinese are so friendly,
Oh yeah.
and they are literally the best people. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
city community on Red Note and in China. Oh my god, dude, so awesome, bro. So awesome. It's about maybe the community that they welcome me into is about maybe 100 and some 70 Manchester City fans, mostly all on that side of town, and it's me, the only American, and like two British guys. So it's pretty cool to hello to everyone, and it's they're so fucking cool, dude. They are so fucking cool. You know what I mean? And it's I encourage anybody that if you're in a Man City space or in that community, also a fan or whatever, man, there's some real city people, like real fucking cool. None of that what is it called? None of that gatekeeper crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's none of that, bro. They are so nice. And yeah, Jogtown, he welcomed me with open arms. And yeah, dude, shout out to them, man. Shout out to them, dude.
Yeah, and we are on our podcast is on Red Note, and I was talking to a Midori who is a member of MCFC Shenzhen
Uh,
Blues, which
oh,
is
that's right.
and was very friendly, reached out to us. You know what I mean? Like, and I've been getting into lots of like, conversations with Chinese City fans, and it's a a large community of very dedicated City fans. So, and we love our Chinese Blues, our Chinese friends,
Yes, sir.
and looking forward to interacting with you guys more. But you can follow us across all social media platforms, Hollywood Kippax, Kippax, on Hollywood Kippax official on Instagram, and then Hollywood Kippax across the rest. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. We're at TikTok still there. We're still on TikTok. Um, so and also on Red Note, Hollywood Kippax, Kippax. You want to follow us there, and we are reposting our edits there because right now copyright laws haven't caught up to Red Note. So we
Everything
are,
that got us banned on Instagram is
yeah,
okay on Red Note.
it's okay on Red Note. So we are posting there. Although I am seeing, I don't know what Zuckerberg is doing, but he's relaxing things, and I see edits on Instagram. I saw a KP edit
Mm,
on me in my feed. I'm like, wait, isn't this not copyright? I'm not sure what's going
mm.
on. 'Cause Zucker is moving mad, bro. He is moving mad,
Let's
and
send them an email. Get our
yeah,
account back.
yeah, we need to have a word with Zuckerberg. Um, anyhow, so moving on, we have a match coming up. We have Chelsea at home this Saturday.
Yes,
Kickoff
sir.
time, I believe, is 8:30 local time. And let's get into it, Will. Lineup and predictions. So, Will, so how are we going to play Chelsea on Saturday?
Wow. What a question, my brother. What a fucking question. Oh, George. George is here. Oh, I forgot. Local city, I mean Chelsea legend, sorry. No pun intended. Um damn. Okay, first of all, I want to ask you and I'll go off of you. How do you think we should line up against Chelsea?
Well, I'll say it like this: if you offer me a draw, I'd bite your hand off for it. Right, right now, if you offer me a 2-2 draw, I'd bite your hand off for it.
Yeah.
How are we gonna line up? I mean, we gotta play the best lineup we can. You know what I mean? We gotta play um Doku, Haaland.
Doku's hurt right now.
Oh, is that right? I haven't done the injury
That's
report.
why Savinho played the top left this time,
Okay.
which was weird because they subbed him off the half in this game, and they put Jack Grealish in. So
So
I wonder
maybe
what happened there.
maybe we play Grealish. No, I would say
I'll
like
go with that. I'll go with that.
Grealish on the left. All right, Grealish, Haaland, Savinho. Um, I mean, I want Foden to play in the center of the park, but that's the difference if he's actually going to play or not. I think they might be playing Gundogan, KDB, Kovacic in midfield, and then you have Gvardiol, Ake, Kanji, and um, Lewis, maybe.
I hope
That's
to see one of the new guys.
or one of the new guys. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Although
Ne-
they
sh-
they played
huh?
Nunez on the right on the right
Oh,
at
that's
right
right.
back against Ipswich.
Right mid. Yeah, right mid.
Yeah. So I mean, without Kyle Walker, we really don't have any right back now. We have just um, Lewis, maybe. Nunez can play there too, but we don't really have a right back.
Yeah.
So yeah. But do you agree with that lineup, Will? Making any changes?
Yeah. Show me Kusanov in the starting. Show me Kusanov
You think
against
we're gonna get a
Chelsea.
Kusanov
Yeah.
debut
Yes. Show
right
me
from the
Kusanov. I want to see what he can do, man.
I mean, I would agree with you. So I just ran the report really quick. The only injury we have right now that's listed is Ake, has a muscular injury. So we'll see where that goes. But
We saw Johnny Stones today too.
yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I think they might just. I think I agree with you. I think that there's a possibility we could see Kusanov in this next game,
Yeah.
unless they want to give him. I mean, but well, yeah. Pep already said that they're fit and ready to play. So
Yeah.
so we could definitely see Kusanov, or Heish here. But I already kind of gave my prediction. Will, I'm saying I'm thinking it's going to be if it goes well, it's 2-2.
Okay. I'm saying, damn, dude, Chelsea's no joke this season, bro. Yeah, so I'm gonna say, fuck, dude. My heart is telling me it's gonna be a draw also, but I'm not trying to put those vibes out. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be a long game, and it's gonna be 2-1.
2-1 City.
2-1 City.
Okay.
2-1 City.
So are
City
you
like a titty.
indeed? Indeed. So but like so with the 2-1 scoreline, are you predicting a late winner? 1-1 game for most of it, and then two we get one in late, get one late.
We get one in the first. Chelsea come back strong in the second. Open up the second with the goal, and then Haaland just sealing the win at the end.
Okay.
Oh, or maybe a nice little set piece or a little corner, and Kusanov scores with the debut
Header.
header.
With the diving header.
Woo!
Oh
Let's
man.
go! Put
Oh,
that bet in, lock it in.
lock
And
it
this has
in.
been Bill's bets.
We haven't had a Bills bets official Bills bets episode in a long
I
time.
got smoked today, brother.
You
I
did?
got smoked. Oh man, I had seven game parlay. I had RB Leipzig to go over 1 2.5 goals that happened. I had Kai Havertz to score a goal. I had Haaland to score a goal. I had Savigno to have over one shot on target. The only thing that fucked me up was a Kevin De Bruyne assist. It was $5 for $1,500, dude.
Damn.
$5 for $1,500, and fucking Kevin didn't come through for me. God damn it! That's the number one guy that should be assisting.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I mean, you would
but
think he'd be game for that, but
yeah,
unfortunately, no.
yeah, that's how it goes.
Okay, so 2-1. In my prediction, I see Haaland and Foden with a goal piece, Palmer with one, and then, or maybe two, maybe a penalty.
Yeah, I think Palmer's gonna be the one
I think it's, yeah,
who gets that goal.
Palmer loves scoring goals against us already. That's been proven. That's what he likes to
That's
do.
true. That's true.
So 2-2 draw, 2-1 victory for City at home. Yeah. Will George, since you're in the chat, give us your prediction.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, we should invite him on.
Chelsea legend. I know he should have
We
been on the goddamn stream.
maybe
Totally
maybe
forgot.
maybe maybe we'll have him on the reaction.
Okay.
Uh
Yeah.
and we'll be back in person for that one, so we'll figure it out. But we'll definitely have you back on, George. We'll lock in those details. But George, getting that prediction while we have our final thoughts. Will, any final thoughts? Anything you want to get off your chest before we sign off?
Our friend Jogtown is asking, how is America now? America is good. We are what the fires are settling out now finally, huh?
Well, I mean the wind. There's wind still,
Mm,
and then there was a fire that actually broke out very north of us. I mean, you wouldn't know in China, but
yeah.
it and for our American followers, there's a new fire that broke out in Los Angeles up by the Grapevine. So if you head up to
What?
San Francisco, you go over the Grapevine to Bakersfield, and there's a fire that just broke out up that way.
Wow.
And then they're still containing the fires, these big fires that are happening. And I mean, yeah, it's really sad. I mean, I actually went up to Pasadena the other day, and I went up to as far as I could towards the affected areas. And I mean, like, we're talking whole neighborhoods like leveled.
Damn.
Like these really old craftsman homes that were built with wood. All you could see is just chimneys like lined up
Wow.
in a row. I'll send you the photos, Will. But like, yeah, and I mean, like, America is in a different space now. We have a new president. It's official policy of this podcast. We don't get into politics on the podcast, but it's a different era. We're in a different time now, and and it is a very divided time in America, polarized time in America, and a lot of people are feeling different things, and but we stand for it to be an inclusive community here on Manchester, on Hollywood Kippax. You know what I mean? We don't isolate people, but we don't tolerate things, right? So otherwise, all in these trying times, all we have is each other. All we have is is friends and Manchester City. So
Yes.
we
There we
tend to
go.
keep our focus on that. And yeah, so that being said, this is the podcast that your girlfriend tells you to not worry about. And this is a podcast that supports Manchester City. Fucked it up.
Oh, rewind.
Rewind. This is the podcast your girlfriend tells you to not worry about. And this is a team that supports the best team in the land.
The best team in the world. Come
Come
on,
on,
City.
City. Come
Come
on.
on. You know.
It's going to be biblical, man.
Get
Cheers.
it together.
Chelsea. We might be live streaming that match. We'll let you guys know. Otherwise, have a good night. Cheers.
See you next week.